Welcome to Senior Solutions. I'm your host, Karen Halloran. Thank you for joining us today. Today on the show, we have Marianne Blatzos. She is a daily money manager. Marianne, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Oh, you are welcome. I'm excited to be here.
Fantastic. We may as well just jump right in, and you can tell us your background and what led you to getting involved with seniors.
Well, years ago, I was an auditor and a commercial banker, and I loved working with numbers and working with people. And I came to find that there were individuals who needed services, as opposed to businesses. I had always worked with small to mid-sized businesses, and decided I wanted to work with individuals, and that's called daily money management.
Fantastic. What is a daily money manager? I know people sometimes they say, what is that?
You know, that's a great question. A daily money manager is a financial professional who helps individuals with managing their daily money tasks, whether it's bill pay or organizing books and records or keeping bills and things organized. That's what a daily money manager does. In addition to that, I do budgets. I work with estate attorneys, and I work with CPAs to help my clients be very organized.
So I think you've really told us what you do for your clients. Is there anything else you can think of, or have we covered that?
We've covered a lot of it, and I do, with special clients, I do additional services, and when we talk about another client, we'll talk about that, other things that I can do.
What are the benefits of hiring a money manager?
Well, as we age, one of the biggest areas that show errors or forgetfulness is anything to deal with money. And so we find that as people get older, they're either not paying their bills and they're not paying attention to their money, or if they are doing things, they're doing things very wrong. And so we find that it's a real benefit to have somebody like me come in and just organize and to be with a client, to go over their bills every month and to get everything paid and out the door.
So a daily money manager is more than just writing checks out.
Absolutely. A lot of people think that's all that we do.
Right.
And I do budgets for people. I bring a lot of my small business experience in, so I treat my clients like a small business. You know, I want to know that their income statement or their balance sheet is up to date, and that that their checking accounts are reconciled, that if we're paying bills, that we have the funds that we need to pay the bills, that if they have debt, that we work on making sure that debt is being paid down, and that we pay attention to expenses. A lot of times we'll go in and we'll say, are you really using this service? Is this person really helping you? Can you use this sort of service? So it's looking at it on a very global basis, not just paying the bills, but looking where the money is going.
That sounds great. Do you have any examples of how you've helped one of your clients, their life get better?
Absolutely. I have a client, and she is an elderly woman who lives alone and lives independently. And she was very adamant about not going into assisted living. And she wasn't paying her bills, she wasn't taking care of herself. There's a lot of things she wasn't doing. So it took 3 years to get me in the door. And when I got in there, I saw that she needed well beyond paying her bills. So what I did for her was one of the first things we did was we cleaned her space. It needed to be cleaned, and we did that with her approval, of course. And then we got people in to help her. You know, she needs help on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And she wasn't showering. She wasn't, the ADLs, as they talk about, the activities of daily living. She wasn't doing a lot of it. She wasn't feeding herself. So got food in for her. So we did a lot of different things and have made a great impact on her quality of life.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you're specifically passionate about in the senior living industry?
Well, one of the things, when I was an auditor, one of the things that I dealt with was fraud. And what I learned a lot about when I came to work into the senior space is that there's a lot of elder financial abuse. And it's more rampant than anyone even knows about. We hear about the romance scams. You see that a lot, and Dr. Phil would do a lot of that. But there's a lot of things where a person will get a call, hi, it's your granddaughter, I need money. Right. We also know about One thing that we know for sure is a lot of the fraud is family-based. That's where a lot of it is a shame, and that's where a lot of it comes from, is that family members think they are entitled to money. Their parents' money or their grandmother's money, and there's a lot of fraud there. And the sad thing about elder financial abuse is that the devastating impact is that a lot of elders die sooner than they would from other forms of abuse, than they die from elder financial abuse. There's so much shame involved, and they don't want to talk about it. And it actually can lead to depression and death.
Yeah,
very sad.
Terrible situation. That is very sad.
Yes.
Who would actually hire you? Would it be the family or the individual?
It can be the family and the individual. Oftentimes, sons and daughters, children don't want to get involved in their parents' finances, and that's a good thing. And wisely enough, necessarily their parents don't want them to know about it. So that's a group of people that would hire me. Another is the individual themselves. They know that they need help, whether it's just putting a budget together, knowing about their finances, or I think I'm doing things wrong and I need you to help me. The other thing, I get a lot of referrals from estate attorneys, from investment managers, from people in elder care facilities that, Mary Jones isn't paying her bills, and we know that there's things wrong here. We need somebody like you to come in and help our clients.
Fantastic. What should they ask for questions if they're looking to hire a daily money manager?
Have you done this before? Do you know about paying bills and reconciling checking accounts and helping people with debt? Do you understand this? Because lots of times people will hang up a shingle and don't have a financial background. You don't want that person, because sometimes those are the people that commit the fraud. The other thing is you want to know if they're bonded and insured. It's hard getting bonding, but people should have at least a liability policy. You want to know that this person has integrity. And by doing that, you want to get referrals. I say to people, don't just hire me without referrals. I have referrals, who do you want to talk to? Do you want to talk to a banker? Do you want to talk to a former client? Who do you want to talk to? Referrals are really important because the real strong basis of doing this is trust. People are letting you into their homes, their financial lives. Trust is very, it's sort of the key. If it isn't the key, it's the key. You've got to be able to trust. The woman that didn't want me there for 3 years trusts me immensely now because I've been with her for a while. It's taken her a long time, but now she knows. I now have a credit card. I pay things on a credit card. It took a real long time to do that. And so trust is, you've got to be able to trust. And if you don't trust the person, if you feel uncomfortable, move on, find somebody else. There are a lot of good daily money managers around who can help you a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure you were very helpful to her. And, trust is the big key. People don't want to talk about their finances. They're either ashamed or they don't want you to know how much money they have.
Right.
So why do you love what you do, Marianne?
Because I make a difference. When I see my client who I really improved her life, she is so dear to me on so many different levels. And so if I can make a difference in a person's life, it's all about helping and making a difference. Any profession that you do, if you can do that, when I was a banker, I felt that way. When having my own small business, helping small businesses, I feel that way. And so it's just about making a difference in somebody's life. It's so important. It really is.
So why would somebody be resistant? It's such a great service. What would make them be resistant?
Well, there's a few factors. Some of the factors are the privacy about money. Money is a very intimate thing to a lot of people. And a lot of people don't want to share how much money they do have, how much money they don't have. And oftentimes, the family doesn't want me to get involved because there may be some fraud going on. I had a family call me, and they ended up not working with me because there was a family member who said, I don't want her. because she was taking money. And I said, look, if you don't hire me, you need to hire somebody else, because she was draining her grandmother's accounts and the family wouldn't do anything about it, and she resisted me. So there are so many reasons. Or if you're just feeling uncomfortable, it doesn't necessarily have to be that you're too busy. It can be that you're an elder. It can be that you're really busy and you just don't have time. So there's a lot of different reasons to hiring a daily money manager, because we do a good job. When we do our job, we do it well, we really make a difference in people's lives.
I know you do, because I have so many people say such wonderful things and how you've helped them.
Thank you.
In the community.
Thank you.
You are a wealth of knowledge.
Thank you.
I'd like to end the show with 3 questions.
Okay.
So the first question is, tell us a fun fact about you. It can be anything.
Well, the fun fact about me is that there's nothing funny about me. And well, the truth of the matter is I have a great sense of humor. And I was at a dinner party and we were going around telling funny stories, and one person told a silly story about me that was so boring. I said, is that the funniest thing you have to say about me? And somebody else said, let's face it, Marianne, there's nothing funny about you. But there's a lot funny about me. I have a great sense of humor. I love to laugh. I love to laugh with friends and family, and it's the best thing you can do. Laughing is the best thing you can do. It just raises your endorphin levels. Right. It brings, sometimes it just brings people out of their shells. I love when I go to my clients and I make them laugh.
My mother-in-law used to always say, you need one good belly laugh a day.
I agree.
So the next question is, we love pets on the show. Do you have any pets?
I have, and it's a known fact that my dog Googie, is the most incredible dog in canine history. Now, there's a lot of people who will dispute that, but I happen to think that he is just an incredible little guy. He's 9 years old. He's a Lhasa Apso. He's funny. He's in some ways the light of my life, because I found him at the lowest point in my life. And I truly believe that everybody should have a pet. Doesn't have to be a dog, doesn't have to be a cat. It can be a gerbil. But I think it would make a difference in the world if everybody had a pet.
Well, I would agree with that. And then the final question is, it has not been a terrible winter, but have you traveled anywhere, or do you have plans for the summer?
I went recently to California to visit my sister. I haven't seen her for a while, so I went to visit her and spent time with both my sister and my brother-in-law, and we went to the Getty Museum. We did a lot of fun things, and so I'm not the best traveler, but I'm so happy I did it, because now it makes me want to travel more. And if I can plan it well, which we did, I planned it very, very well, and it turned out to be a wonderful, wonderful time to spend with my family. And my brother came along as well.
Oh, excellent. So now you have the travel bug.
I have the travel bug.
Excellent. Well, I'd really like to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
If somebody would like to get in touch with you, how would they do so?
Well, I am Marianne Blatzos, and I have been doing this for a long time. And if you need me, my number is 781-595-5353, or you can email me at mb@thrivefincare.com. I do a free consult. I love to help. So sometimes I'm not the person that you hire, but I can direct you to other people. I have a great wealth of colleagues that I send people to. So please call if you have any questions, and if I can help you, I will in any way that I can.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
And at the end of the show, we will flash Marianne's information. So if you need her, please get in touch with her. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.